Thanks for coming in, y'all. Wall Decor by Faye, Wilhelmina here. Tonight we're going to be making a pancake style Bumblebee wreath. I had a custom order request. I have this book that I made. It has all my wreaths in it, and so I had someone over and she was looking through it and she saw this Bumblebee wreath right here and fell in love with it, but she needs one for behind a storm door. So that's what we're gonna make tonight. I have this mesh right here, I got from Carolina Pottery. The first time I saw it, Lori, Hardworking Mom, had it and I fell in love with it. So I called my Carolina Pottery that's about 3 hours away to see if they had it yet, and they didn't, but they called me back and let me know when they had it and shipped it right to me. So that was really awesome.
Robin's on.
Hey Robin, how you doing? Hey girl. And I have this yellow fabric mesh that I went to use the last bit of it and I only had 3 pieces left. So I'm gonna incorporate it somehow with this. So I cut, these are both 10-inch mesh, and I cut them both at 20 inches. And this is a Dollar Tree wreath frame. I have 12 ties on it, 6 in the middle on each bar that goes across here. I don't know what you call it. And then 6 on the outside that go right in between the 2 inner ones. And this is the sign we'll be using, the same one as before. Be humble, be kind. And then on the big one, I had this nice floofy yarn Bumblebee, but I didn't have it anymore, so I have this nice flat one that I'll be putting in there too. And then these are the ribbons that I'm going to be using tonight. And these 2 I got from AC Moore. And these 2 I got from Personally Yours. She does signs, but she also sells ribbon too, so I got a bunch of ribbon from her. So, y'all, you'll never guess what happened to me. Right before we came on live, Target's right up the street from me. I live in Norfolk, Virginia, and right close to the airport here. And I don't know if y'all know that, Mastermind is going on this weekend in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, which is right close, maybe about an hour and a half away. And so I'm walking around Target in the Easter section, looking at these little peeps. I got a little peep. It smells like bubble gum. It's so cool. But anyway, I'm walking around, and all of a sudden I look over to my side, and I had to take a double take. You will never guess who was there. On her way to Mastermind, Amy Rudy Smith with Bam Wreath. So I'm like, Amy? Her and her husband were there. It was so funny. And of course she was in the Easter section looking at these huge Easter bunnies. And her husband's like, that's too big to put in a wreath. I'm like, you just dared your wife to put that in a wreath. He's like, yeah, I know. But I just thought, I'm like, what? She's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I live right up the street. She's like, no way. That's what I said too. And oh yeah, y'all, we're gonna put these in the wreath too.
Security.
My husband's like, stalker. I'm like, no, it wasn't me. It was an accident. But this was a good idea. Katie from Crazy Maisie Creations told me about this. I have this book that I bring to my craft shows with me, and it has just about all the wreaths that I've ever made so far in the year and a half I've been making wreaths. So I bring this with me, and people are, ooh, I want one of these. So y'all, if you haven't done it, give it a try.
Robin wants to know if she remembers you from Rochester.
Yep, she sure did. She didn't remember my name because, Wilhelmina is not the easiest name to remember, granted, but she knew. She's like telling her husband, yeah, I met her in New York. I said, yeah, you did, on Wilhelmina. So we're going to start with this mesh on the bottom. Going to see how it goes. Y'all, I might have to... Yep, we're just going to wing it and play it by ear. So I've cut these at 20 inches. And we're going to roll them... Let me put this down. Get out of my way. And we're going to roll these, ruffle these as flat as possible. Now I had done a wreath for this woman before, a year ago, for her daughter, a dog wreath that was a flat one also. And this was before the Melly Mel came out. But mine wasn't as flat, but it still fit behind the door. I'm like, dang it, I should have said something, but that's okay. Melly Mel did good.
Are you seeing your comments on your phone?
No, it just says Wall Decor by Faye. So I'm gonna stick these. I'm gonna put this black and yellow and white striped mesh in every one of the outside ties. Then I think on the inside ties, I'm gonna do alternate the yellow and the black and white and yellow. Okay. I know, isn't that funny, Robin? What are the odds? She's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I live here. That was so funny.
I'm stalking you.
I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, no one lives around me that can appreciate what I just went through. My husband's like, wow, big deal. I'm like, no, you don't understand, it was.
I didn't say that.
Whatever. So, what are y'all doing tonight other than probably fixing dinner right now if you're on the East Coast? And so we're overlapping these the edges so that it can lay as flat as possible, so that it's not a poofy ruffle. Okay, and we're just scrunching this up. Thanks, Robin, for spreading the love. And I just take this and scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on, y'all. I finally caught that crud that's been going around. Not the coronavirus, but the flu. I don't think I had the flu that bad, because it wasn't that bad. It lasted about 8 days. So I hadn't been on for a minute. And yesterday was gorgeous out here. It was like short sleeve weather. And today it's icky, icky, icky. Raining. It's fixing to start raining and it's cold outside. And I'm taking my vitamins so I don't get sick again.
Teresa Moore says hi.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Bobby. Isn't this mesh cool? It's perfect for the bee wreath. When I saw Lori using it, I was just like, whoa, that is perfect. I had to have it. You know, one of those things that you just have to have. So is everybody's week starting out good? Robin, you had some cool stuff going on. I can't wait to see your live after we get off here. My these aren't scrolling. My comments aren't scrolling on my phone.
Teresa Moore said hi.
I know I said hi.
Bobby's joined, and Teresa Moore says that's beautiful.
Thank you. I think so too.
Amanda Lowe says, hey gal, you look amazing.
Hi, Amanda. Long time. Are you going to Crafters Convention? Will I see you there? Yeah, I'm letting my hair go gray now. Got tired of coloring it. I've been going gray since I was 19, y'all, so I've been coloring it for a minute. Now you just twist these ties. I only twist it like once because you want to keep this flat as possible, because next the ribbons are going to come in, and yeah, you've got to keep it as flat as possible so that it'll stay behind the storm door.
Teresa asked where you got your mesh at, and thank you, Robin.
I got it at Carolina Pottery. I'd seen Lori, hardworking mom, used it, and she got it at the Carolina Pottery in South Carolina, close to her. Well, I'm closer to North Carolina, so I called the one by us because it's like 3 hours away. So I called them, and they get their shipments in from the South Carolina store. So she said that she would call me and let me know when the shipment came in because I was bugging them for a couple of weeks.
Your comments are going up.
Okay. And so they did. They called me and I asked her to ship me some, so I had her ship me like 6 rolls. They were so very nice about it. I was surprised they called me back. But those Carolina people are very kind, very nice people, those Southerners. Oh, there we go. So you just try to lay these as flat as possible. And I have the ribbons cut. I have these two going together, and they're both cut at 12 inches. And then I have these two going together, and those are 12 inches as well. Yeah, that is close to Myrtle Beach. We drove down to South Carolina last weekend. Lexington, where Lori is. She had that meet and greet.
6 hours one way.
So we just said, what the heck, let's go. So we just hopped in the car. 6 hours later, there we were for about an hour and a half. And then we turned around and drove back home. Got home about, 2 in the morning?
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was great to see all the people. And Julie I can't ever say her last name. Julie Samatko was there. And yeah, a bunch of people that you see on Facebook. Well, don't really see, but you know what I mean. And finally got to put a face with them, and it was really cool.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
So my husband Steve is doing the comments this evening, like usual. He's my big
Susan
helper.
says she missed the measurements of the pancakes.
Oh, it's 10-inch mesh, and they're cut at 20 inches in length. So they're cut at 20 inches, and it's 10-inch mesh.
Amanda says I will not be at CC. I did the Sim Spring Show.
Oh yeah, how did that go? Did y'all have fun?
I love the gray. It adds pizzazz to your awesome hairdo.
Ah, thanks. Well, I'm gonna go get the rest of it gray this weekend, so we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm gonna do like a platinum silver. Figure I might as well try it while gray's in, right? And if I don't like it, I'll go back to red. But I've been doing red for over 30 years, so I just get kind of tired of it. So, I don't know what to say, y'all. We're just trying to get these in here. Gets a little crowded near the end. But these wreaths go by pretty fast, so that's why I figured I'd do a quickie tonight. And hopefully not keep y'all on for another 2 hours. Especially around dinner time. But I had bought enough of this mesh to make a couple of more full-size wreaths. Bumblebee wreaths. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Bumblebees are really in this year, so cut any frays that are going on because that'll drive you nuts. But this stuff isn't fraying very badly at all. It's very nice, very nice. So now we've done a complete round. It's not too bad. You really Well, from this side, yeah, you can pretty much still see through it. So that's why I got some of this fabric mesh too, so it'll cover up some of the railing. But once, the frame. But once we get the ribbons in too, it'll cover it up pretty good. So now we're gonna put our first layer of ribbons in. And we'll just fold them over. And then scrunch them up. And I'm going to alternate these every other tie. Well, they'll be in every tie, but different ribbons. And then once we got the ribbons in, we're going to cut the pipe cleaner down. Now these ribbons you can do either way, any way you want. You can put them, alternate them like this. Or you can put the two thin ones in the middle and have the bigger ones on the outside. Or the bigger ones on the inside. But I think I'm going to alternate these.
Teresa Moore says she's going to Myrtle Beach in July.
Oh, cool. I used to live in South Carolina. I lived in Columbia. Not very long. But I never went to Myrtle Beach. You know how when you live somewhere you don't, and there's all these cool places to go, you never go. Because I used to live in San Diego. I grew up in San Diego. So we were about an hour and a half from Disneyland. And we didn't go all that much. And then for a minute there I lived in Arlington, Texas. Maybe 4 miles from, they have a Six Flags, the parks at Arlington, and never went there. I lived there for 4 years. But I wasn't wreathing then, so I didn't know about market or anything. Oh, what I missed.
How old's the market though? It's not that old, is it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm sure it's been around. So now I'm gonna cut off these pipe cleaners and then tuck them down. So I just twisted it 2 or 3 times just to make sure the ribbons are secured.
PJ the Derringer has joined.
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming in and watching. Now, and then you just, I'll show you. Then you just take these, I'll give it one more twist, and just fold it over towards the back. And fold it down. Just to get them out of the way, because the other ruffles are going to lay flat on top, so it'll be covered anyway. And now we're just going to alternate these all the way around. Yeah, it's good. I like doing these here and there, but I do a lot of them too because on the East Coast a lot of people have storm doors. So I do quite a bit.
PJ loves your colors.
Thanks. Yeah, these are always fun wreaths. These and the ladybugs, they're fun. I do a lot of beach wreaths. So I'll be doing some of those this week because I had a show this last week and I only had one beach wreath to bring with me. And those are always big sellers. So I hung it up and it was gone just like that. So I'm going to have to make a few more of those. Get them in my Etsy shop and get ready for my next show. Except I don't have another show till March. It's not like the fall and winter season where you have them all the time. But I'm starting to work a little harder on my Etsy shop, so you can visit my Etsy shop, Wall Decor by Faye. And please, if you think about it, go to YouTube and like and subscribe to my YouTube page as well. That's Wall Decor by Faye also. I'd really appreciate it. So this video will be going up there too. Because we haven't learned, we haven't really studied to do the lives on YouTube yet. So that's one thing we're going to have to do. Once I get back from convention, we'll have a little more time. Today I had to go down to City Hall to renew my business license, so that was a lot of fun. Tried to do it quick first thing this morning. It still took me almost 2 hours, so.
But it's good for another year.
Yeah. They send you back and forth and back and forth.
They want you to earn that business license.
Yeah. And don't you know the man that was helping me with my business license, his wife, because I tried to give him one of my business cards, his wife makes wreaths too, and does craft shows too. So, what are the odds? Thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, well, saved a business card. Yeah.
Robin says, sorry my comments or any on yours. I shared your page to mine and they are showing over here. What the heck?
I don't know what's going on. You know me and technology. Come on, y'all. That's why my husband's here with me, because me and technology just don't mix. Because I swear I'll try it and try something, and it doesn't work. And then he comes home, does the same exact thing I did, and it works. So I get nice and frustrated. But I'm learning slowly but surely. I just have a little fray going on. Almost, last one on the bottom row, y'all. See how quickly these go? Yeah. And then after I get off here, I have another custom order to finish up. She came over today and picked out the ribbons that she wants. It's on a pretty, it's that sign that you made for me, Robin, with the boot. And don't you know, she picked out this ribbon that she loved. And now she's not even using the ribbon, but we made the sign from the ribbon. So it all worked out good.
Robin left.
Okay, Robin.
She said she'll catch the replay.
Yeah, she's got to go do her live too. Okay, this is the last set of ribbons on the bottom row. So we cut off the last of the pipe cleaner. And we've got this so far. See, it's covering it up a little better. Yeah. Now on this row, what I'm going to do is alternate. Let me get these ribbons out of the way. I want to get a bigger table, y'all, but I don't have that much room. I'm right next to the garage door, so I can't really go farther that way.
To put you in the garage.
Put me in the garage. Well, if there's room in the garage. The garage is filled with wreaths.
Something to get you where she should.
So now we've just scrunched up this one. And we'll put it on in the inner row of the pipe cleaners. Give it one good twist. And then lay it flat on down. Now you want to make sure you pull these ribbons out so that you can see them. Because they like to crawl back up underneath the top row of ruffles. And you just kind of overlap them and curl them underneath so that they'll be nice and flat. Just like that. And now we'll take I love fabric mesh. It's so pretty. Y'all like working with fabric mesh? It's so pretty. They have such vibrant colors. Love it. And it's so nice and soft. And you just take it, have your thumbs in the back to hold it, and just scrunch it on down. Try to keep as straight as you can so that your ruffles will be nice and round. You just take it like that, your little bow, and put it on in. I probably should have done, thinking I should have done the black and yellow and white stripe mesh with the black pipe cleaner. But I guess it won't really matter because I'm going to be cutting them off at the end anyway. I guess we'll find out. There we go. There we go. Let's see. I think that'll look cool. So since I only had 3 pieces left over, that way I used up my leftover mesh. Added a little more yellow to this design. I think it's going to come out cute. I think she'll be happy with it. She's an old friend of my mom's before she passed away. Well, my mom did, not her.
She's an old friend.
Oh, y'all. I guess I'm still flabbergasted from seeing Amy in my Target. What the heck? That was the funniest thing. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was so funny.
Did you pinch yourself to see if you were awake?
No, I didn't do all that.
Want me to pinch you?
I should have invited her over for dinner.
She's too busy.
Yeah, or to come join my live. That would have been real cool.
So we could lock her in the dungeon.
Whatever happened to Amy?
Must make wreaths for us.
Nah, she was very nice. Always.
She reaching for her pepper spray.
Don't be poopy. Just kind of, there we go. It's kind of sticking to each other itself, I should say. Just got to make sure these ribbons go out. Yeah. Then we just take your thumbs, hold it in the back, and pull it towards ya. There we go, just like that, and it's nice and thin. And you just put it on in and wrap it just around one full time, just to make sure it's secure, but you don't want it to stand up too much because then your ribbon will stick out more too. And you want to make sure that it stays behind fits behind the storm door, so. But this fabric mesh is really nice to work with. Really nice, and it lays nice and flat. And look at how vibrant the colors are. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I don't want to get my finger stuck. Next up, last one of the... Wait, did I mess up one? And yellow. Oh, I think I cut one too few, so I'll have to cut another one. No, baby.
Silly girl.
Counting. Oh, I'm a numbers person, so you think I would have got it right.
You should count 1 bam, 2 bam,
No.
3 bam,
Oh my word.
4 bam.
My husband's got jokes tonight, yes.
Or ba-bam, excuse me. 1 ba-bam, 2 ba-bam,
Oh my God.
3 ba-bam.
See, it's a good thing he wasn't with me, because... Yes, yes. So what's everybody working on now? Still working on Easter? Are we doing spring? Have we moved to Mother's Day? What's everybody working on? I saw a really pretty Mother's Day sign I might get. We'll see. I'm trying so hard not to buy stuff. But we'll, you know how that goes. We all try. This is the last of this fabric mesh. So we'll just take it and scrunch it. And we just stick it on in. It's so quiet here, y'all. No kids, no animals, nothing. Go crazy sometimes.
Susan Martin says, I have only made 3 wreaths, just started.
Oh, cool.
What kind did you make?
What kind did you make, Susan? Did you make St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's, everyday wreath? I started off with the witch hat wreaths. That's how I started making wreaths. And then I was so nervous to switch over to a big round wreath.
She says she's still in the learning
last
process.
Yay! That's the most fun time, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you always learn, because I'm still learning. Well, it's not like I've been doing this for 100 years or anything, but... So I'm going to put this over to the side for a second, so I can cut one more piece of this. And we'll take... Where's my rotary cutter? Here.
She's made 1 Valentine and 2 Easter.
Oh, cool.
Susan has.
Cool. Yeah, I sold almost all of my Easter this weekend, so I'm gonna have to make some for my next show. I've got 2 shows before Easter, so I'll have to make some more Easter still. I know a lot of people are moving on, but I need to restock my Etsy shop and have enough for the show, so. Have you made a pancake style wreath? Susan?
Bobby Carlson says she loves that mesh.
I do too.
She,
It's so nice.
she
And it feels good too. It's not too hard and scratchy. It's nice and soft. It's awesome. I'm glad I bought 6 rolls of it, y'all. So and they didn't even need the code. They just needed to know the color, so you can always call them and have them ship it to you if you're nowhere near the Carolina Pottery.
Susan says, I have not. I guess you asked her a question and she wrote you back. So I have not.
Yeah, I asked if she'd made the pancake style wreath yet. So they go pretty quickly. Look, turned out cool.
Bobby Carlson said, I made a pancake bee last night on my live. Love the bee wreath.
Yeah, the bees, they're fun. I like them too. They're so cute. Bees are big this year. Even the bee gnomes and everything. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I like this time of year. It's always fun to do these nice bright colors after all the Christmas, and we get kind of sick of red, white, and green. But Christmas has been having a lot of nice colors. They have that champagne and that rose gold, and so now let's see. Oh, I have it in every other one. So, the bottom is all the black, white, and yellow. So I guess I will do this in the black, since the other ribbon set has black in the background. I'll put that in the yellow. So I'm just going to twist it around twice. I'm going to leave those just in case I decide to put, if you have any tulle, you can put tulle there. But I'm going to see how big you make a little, tulle's about like 6 inches long. So you can just cut it like a 10-inch piece or so. And you do the ruffle with it, and you can, excuse me, stick it over this so you don't see the little end of the pipe cleaner too. Excuse me.
Bobby Carlson says colors are so fun and bright, and Susan Martin says love the rose gold.
I didn't do any rose gold this last season. I did gold and silver together on a pancake wreath, and that sold right away too at a show. But that's where I do most of my sales, or it shows.
Kathy Joe Colvin asks, so only 2 layers of mesh?
Yeah, just the 2 layers. Well, unless your mesh is really thin, then you can do a second layer on the outside row of pipe cleaners. You'll put the second layer on before you put the ribbons in. But this one covered pretty well. This black and yellow and white mesh covered pretty well. So it's not really needing it. And then once you put the ribbons in, it pretty much covers up the frame. But I know I did a couple last year that I used the basic mesh, and it was really thin, so you could, even with the ribbons on, you could still see the frame. So I ended up taking the ribbons out and doing a second layer on the bottom, the outside row of pipe cleaners.
Bobby Carlson says we have so many wreathers per show.
I know, and they always end up putting us close together. I think they should, limit the number of wreathers that they have at a show. Because I know we had 120 something vendors at the last show, and I couldn't even tell you. But you know what? Everybody's wreaths are different, and everybody seemed to do good at this last show anyway. I've learned, my first year I did as many shows as I possibly could because I didn't know what was going on. So we just figured we're just going to do every show we can. So we did, and I kept track of the business that I did at each show. So then this last season, it was my second go round of the fall winter season, and I just did the ones that I did well at last year, and it worked good. I saved a lot of money in fees for the shows and did well at each show. So yeah, just keep track of how you do at the shows, if you do shows, and just go back to the ones that you did well at. That way you don't waste a lot of money and time. But it's really not a waste of time, because you get your name out there, hand out your business cards, start an email list, which I still haven't done yet, but people don't like to give out their email. People are getting tired of getting emails. I know I am. I get so many a day. But they say it's really beneficial in your business to do that, so. But, it is, like they say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And if it happened too quickly, sometimes you can get overwhelmed and then do nothing. Because I know that's how I am. If I get overwhelmed, then I'll just do nothing. So I'm just taking it slow and enjoying it. You just got to remember why you started making wreaths, just because you enjoyed it. As long as you keep learning and keep having fun, that's what it's all about. Life is too short to stress out. Okay, y'all, I'm putting my last set of ribbons in. See how fast this wreath goes, y'all? That's one good thing about these. Well, 2 good things. They turn out really cute, and people are amazed when I tell them at shows that these fit behind storm doors when they look at them from the front, because they look so nice and big from the front. And then you show them sideways, and they're just like, wow, good idea. Like, yeah. Can't really tell them, yeah, no, I came up with it. They don't know who we're talking about, but yeah. And she's with Sincerely Creative. I believe I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. I should have wrote it down. But look, here we go. And now see how light that is? We're fixing to put the sign in. Now I have my beadsmith. This is a tin sign. This is from Personalize It by Pam. It says, be humble, be kind. And we'll see, yeah, so this will cover up some of the pipe cleaners, but not, so I think I'll just cut the pipe cleaners down because I do have these daisies and I have the bee too. So I'll be able to cover up the pipe cleaners where they're sitting. So we'll just cut these all down. Just leave enough so you can still give it like one last good, twist. Make sure that they're secure. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, sincerely creative. That's what I thought. So many people out there. So many talented people. It's fun. It's a great community. And it's a fun hobby to have. Well, not hobby, business. These ribbons like to go back towards each other. So you just cut these down, leave a little bit. And tuck them down behind. Give it a little twist. Tuck it down. Twist and tuck. There we go. And there we go. Now I'm going to put some holes in the side. I'm just going to put it on the sides. You won't need it on the top. Plus it won't reach. So we'll just have this beadsmith here. And I make sure that this little nodule thingy is on the top of my sign. And just go in maybe about 1/4 of an inch or so. And it makes a nice little hole.
Diane Roper asked, my granddaughter is getting married. How would I make a wedding wreath? Any ideas?
I have never made a wedding wreath. I've heard white tulips are nice. I just ordered some from Amazon over the weekend. And I don't know, but you could probably Google it or go on YouTube. You can find everything on YouTube. Probably even find a tutorial on how to make a bridal wreath. And that's how I started on YouTube. Now I just cut a couple of pieces of wire. This is 22 gauge wire. Yep, 22 gauge, got it at Michael's in silver. I've only bought silver. I don't buy any other color because it seems to I don't know if you'd say hide well, but you can't see it once it's on the sign and in the mesh. So then you'll just bring it on back to the back and twist it. And I see, this is Personalized by Pam, and then I put my business card underneath so they can see that, so I don't cover up her name and let her business, have its moment too. But I do that on all my sides.
Bobby Carlson says white roses and hydrangeas.
Yeah, hydrangeas are beautiful. I love hydrangeas. Yeah, pretty much. White and whatever color that they're going to have in their wedding party, So now we'll just place this down on here.
Lillian Rivera has joined.
Hi Lillian, how you doing? Thanks for coming in and joining. And yeah, I have this long needle that helps me put the wire through the mesh. It's not that difficult with this thinner wreath. If I could see too. And then I'll just poke down where I want this side of the sign to go. Careful you don't poke your leg. I just brought my wreath to the end of the table so it'll go down all the way through.
You see Lillian's comment?
Hi, it's Wilhelmina. I go by Faye because on my Etsy shop, Wilhelmina had too many characters. So Faye's my middle name. And so I just put Wall Decor by Faye. And that way when I get famous, I can be incognito, you know. Now I'm just putting the wire around one of the rings of the frame once or twice just to hold it there while I put the other side in. Because otherwise it's going to flop all over the place and the wire will come back through the wreath. And now we'll put the other side down. Stick the wire on through the needle. And these needles are awesome. They just hurt when you poke yourself though. But they have them in plastic too. I didn't find plastic. I got mine from Hobby Lobby. But I've heard Walmart has plastic ones. And it came out of the eye. So we'll try that again. There we go. And you just pull it on through. There we go. And here we go, see, I just pull it through. And then I'll pull it, I'll wrap it around the inside ring of the frame. Just wrap that around there 3 or 4 times and then I'll cut off the excess later. There we go. Now, oh, it's not very tight. Let me tighten this up a little bit. This side is not. And that's one thing about these thin wreaths too. You can tighten the sign down better, more securely, I think. Since there's not all that mesh, keeping it poofed out. There, this should be better. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Does that look straight? There we go. And now I will cut off these daisies. I have 3 of these. And I will cut these off. Have my, whatever these are called. And just cut it at the base. And then I have my glue pot over here. And I'll just dunk it in my glue pot and figure out where these are gonna go first. I put one right there. I had one cut off already, so I'll put one down there. And maybe I'll just use 2 of those. And I've got this bee.
Bonnie Carlson says looks great.
Thank you. And this I got at Carolina Pottery as well. My husband and I we go about 3 times a year. You know, when the seasons change, and 3 or 4 times a year. And we went in January. We went a little too early in January. They didn't have much spring out, but they did have some bee stuff. So I'm just gonna tear this out of there. And he's nice and thin too. So let's see where we want to put him. I want to cover up as many of these pipe cleaners as I can.
Lucy Badabook says hi.
Hi, Lucy. How you doing?
And
Hey,
she says
that
beautiful.
looks good. Cool. And there you go, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna glue down these daisies. So what I'll do probably, since this is so short, I'm gonna use my glue gun.
So you don't put a bow on that wreath?
I'm gonna see about putting a bow, cause she wanted it like the big one. So I might make a little bow, and I'm just sticking this where the where I cut that pipe cleaner off, like here. I'm just sticking it right in there. Can y'all see? Right in there, but up there. So if I scoot this jobby over, then I could probably put a little bow right down here on this corner. I might make a little bow and put one there. But because I don't want to make it too big and not be able to fit behind the door, so.
Kathleen Wright says it's so pretty, and Susan Martin loved the bee on the wreath.
Thank you. Yeah, it turned out cute. I think so. And these go by, they're made really quickly, y'all. And they look so nice, don't they? Yeah, this turned out cute. I have these little flowers too. I won't put in the little, what are these called? Pip thingies?
Pip thingy sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, Lillian Rivera would like to know where you got the sign.
The sign, I got it from Personalize It by Pam. Yep, Personalize It by Pam. I'd gotten it last year as well, and I remembered that I'd gotten it last year. I think I'm going to put some of these little flowers in too. They're so cute. And that way I can use those little pip thingies for maybe an Easter wreath or something. So these I'll just cut off. And I'll put this over to the side. Let's get the bee in there first. I'm going to cut this down a little bit because it's too long. And then I can just stick it in the mesh behind the sign. I'm just sticking it in my glue pot. Nice and thick. And I'll just stick it in behind the sign. Make sure it touches as much mesh as possible so it'll stay. Looky there, y'all. Isn't that cute as a bug's ear? Now, I might save some of these for the bow if I end up doing a bow. We'll see. Stick some of these out like this, maybe. I'll save a couple just in case. I don't know. Try to scatter it around. How do we like that? With the little flowers, yay or nay? Can you see them even? Yeah? Well, I think that turned out cool. Yay? All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call it done.
Susan Martin says very cute and precious.
Yay! That was fun. Now y'all go and make a pancake wreath. Have a good old time. And we'll see you again next Monday, live at 5. And y'all, Don't forget to check out my YouTube page, please. Like and subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. My husband's being silly. Thanks so much for coming on. Y'all have a blessed night. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, my word.